Now have Serge on the line as well. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Serge.
Morning, Alan. How are you doing?
I'm very good. I'm very good. I was talking to your good friend Thomas Castanet this morning, and on my breakfast show, and I know I was tormenting you to try and get you on her, but the optimism is it seems to be back. I was in Paris when France beat Scotland. I was also in Twickenham when I saw some of your tweets and some of your reaction to that. Just sum up where France are at the moment and how positive you feel after beating Scotland the last day.
Yeah, I think everyone was really disappointed after the game at Twickenham. We knew France were going to be in very difficult time with the calendar of the Six Nations. Playing against Wales, the first game was something really bad, because we played a very amazing first half and we lost in the second half, and we lost the game following playing at Twickenham. It was disastrous. Then everyone was feeling that, well, how can we play that badly? And suddenly against Scotland, I think the management maybe changed a little bit, and at some point the player took on board some mistake they made, and they changed some little things, like the day of the selection, they asked for the squad to be made a name earlier,
yes,
therefore to get them time to be prepared for the game. And for the first time, I definitely believe that the management selected the player at their position, which it make things easy as well. When Dupont and Tamac play 9 and 10, and they play at the club Toulouse together, that they know each other really well, that suddenly you can see the way they can come up with a very interesting game plan. Also Ramos, the fullback of Toulouse as well, you see the game he played against Scotland, that amazing try, and Tamac score from the counter-attack was just amazing.
Superb try.
Yeah, therefore I'm really feeling better, proud of what France can achieve for the Six Nations.
As a former French legend, Serge, and I think you deserve that title, do you want to see consistency from this French side? Is enough at this stage? It's been 6-7 years of this inconsistency from France, a disconnect between the clubs and the national team. Is enough? Do you want to see that consistency now? Because there should be optimism. Your under-20s won the Six Nations. They won the Junior World Cup in the summer. There's incredible players in France. Do you want to see that starting to change now and come through and have some consistency and have France back where they deserve to be, I think?
Yes, definitely. We're one of the countries.
Have we lost him? I think we have. Yeah. So do you want to maybe elaborate on... Oh, no. We may have him back. I just think his line is just a little bit weak and it keeps coming and going. But
nobody's paying the broadband these days, you know. They all have the dongles,
he's back.
Maybe.
He's paid his broadband. He'll want to shake that accusation back.
I'm back now.
No problem, Serge.
Continue, Serge. Sorry.
Yeah. I definitely believe that we know the problem is there for a long time, and it's definitely something I can understand, the mentality of people around federation, around the French league. When you see how Alan, you guys are progressing, are being...
The structure is good here, yeah.
Yeah, and I definitely believe we got some good example we can follow. We don't have that mentality, but again, it's difficult, but frustrating. But I definitely believe, at some point, Bernard Laporte, who now the French president of the federation, will push things to make them change. But at the end of the day, the real problem is the players are in the middle of both institution,
yes,
league and federation, and they have to do their best to play at their best level. And I always say that I don't have time to blame the players, because I know what it feels to be in that position. It's for institution to make things change, and it's very, very difficult. You know what it is when you have to talk to people who are in charge. It takes a lot of time. Therefore, player, maybe ex-player, we don't have time. We need to keep moving, move on for our life, and now time is definitely to be real professional people around the players to make sure things will change.
Serge, what is the target and the end game for this young French side? Because in Ireland, all the talk is about the World Cup, but it's this year's World Cup. I suspect that 2023 is the year on everybody's lips in France.
Yeah, but I'm really upset when people talking about the 2023, while in a few months we're going to play a World Cup in Japan. I don't have that mentality to say, okay, give up that World Cup and we're going to focus on 2023. It's not that. You can't think like that. I don't think like that, because if you want to prepare 2023, you need to make sure 2019 will be in the good position for the players, for getting experience, for getting to understand what high level is about. You can't just suddenly cut something and to say, okay, we're going to focus on this. It's not happen like this. I think you need to learn, you need to understand what's going on, and you need to grow a team of players in order to get them to be able to maybe win the World Cup. But today, I'm talking just about feeling confident. We knew that Six Nations.
I think
in progress,
apologies, Serge. I think the line is coming and going. Listen, thank you very much for your time. We do appreciate you joining us this morning on OTB AM. Thank you very much, Serge, for your time. Well, Alan, what do you think of that?
Well, he's right about France. There's no reason why they can't be very good in it's a little bit early, and that's what I was asking Rog earlier about, you know, suddenly how can you go from being so abysmal against England to a good performance and expect them to be brilliant. Like, they could go a step backwards on Sunday. They could go a couple of steps forward. But I think what he's saying is, yeah, they should. Laporte, and I read some pieces and some interviews he's done over the last 6 or 8 months where he's saying 2023 is the target and we want to be brilliant in France and we want to have this great team. But they have a good World Cup. They're capable of beating anyone, France. And they showed that at 2011 World Cup where they lost 2 pool games, and they probably should have won that final against, you remember, against New Zealand?
Yeah, but like the thing is, then you go 4 years later and a complete meltdown, and Philippe Saint-André sort of, according to reports,
but they're capable of doing that. They're capable of doing it at any stage. So I think if they get their house in order in France with the club v country thing, and Laporte is working hard to try and, align both sets of people, and if they do that, you see with their under-20s, they're consistently good in the Six Nations, and they won the Junior World Cup, so that's something to build on. On Sunday, we'll wait and see. I think we need to ask the questions. We need to say to Intimac and Dupont, hold on a minute, it's going to take you some time. Deny them space and territory, and that's what Leinster did in January in round 5 of Europe. They held on to the ball really well, and they played with that high tempo that Roger's talking about, and they blew them away. So hopefully Ireland will get there on Sunday. I think they need to start the game well. They need to get a feel and get a crowd in behind them a little bit. Sunday games, I'm not a huge fan of them. I think the old traditional Saturday ones, but look, it is what it is, and I think it's a home game, and Ireland have to go at it from the start.
Yeah, well, I'm sure maybe Joe Schmidt mightn't mind maybe having the extra maybe prep day as well. But listen, it all we need to wait and see, because it is going to be hopefully a really exciting and good weekend. Alan Quinlan, thank you very much for your time, and we await to see what happens. Now